what is your understanding of the question, and what is your strategy to attempt the question?
You have been given a road which is made up of blocks and pits. The goal is to reach the end of the road without falling into a pit. Can you reach the end of the road? What is the minimum jumps required to reach the end of the road?
And can I move backwards also?
For this question, let's say you cannot.
Okay, so I can only move forward only, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you are thinking, can you share that with me?
Yeah, okay. Uh, the number of jumps are also important for me. What I was thinking of is a kind of a DP solution where DP I represent I am on the index I, and J is the number of jumps which I have come.
Okay. Number of jumps or the number of block?
Mm, no, I is that block one. Like the I signifies this. I'm on let's say I'm on this block 10th, and
Hmm.
jumps is till which jumps I have come from here, because I can for the next transition I need to have the present jump, because the jump can change to jump plus one, jump minus one, or jump only. So
Okay. Okay.
what I was thinking is with this DP, can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, if I am on this, so I can move to DP block plus jump, or this DP of block plus jump plus one.
Hmm.
In this case, it will now the jump will also change,
Yeah.
and this the third one basically.
Hmm. Mine.
When I will only move when this block plus jump minus will be given in the array. Uh,
Yeah.
I can I can store them in a map and check if the next one is present in the map or not.
Yeah.
Uh, and the maximum number of jumps can be is there some bound whether this maximum value on the maximum value,
Maximum value.
maximum value of this array?
Yeah. It's like 2 to the power 30.
2 to the power 30.
Yeah.
It's basically 10 to the power 9.
Hmm.
Okay. I think then this DP solution will not work, because it will not work for these constraints, because I'm storing jump also, and maximum I can go till the jumps can go till the maximum value. So this will not fit in the memory.
Okay.
What I'm thinking of is, if let's suppose I have this array. When I'm on 0th, uh, if I can try to find whether I can move from this cell to the next one.
Okay.
Okay, so I can move it, because right now the jumps is 1. So yeah, I can move from 0 to 1.
can we keep the track instead of every jump?
Yeah, like I was thinking
Okay.
kind of that only. Like if I stored in my DP, if I'm on like the this ith value in the array.
Hmm.
So
You saw that it will go out of bounds. So how can you reduce that? How can you
can you
restrict to a particular number? So you said that the above solution, which was keeping a track of a block plus jumps and then jumps, so you said that it will go out of bounds. Memory, I mean, memory will exceed in this case. You can't store that much of a 2D array. So how can you restrict it? How can
okay?
you make it smaller?
Uh, One way is I store this jump like rather than this state, I like store its value in the DP array and like reducing us. I have to reduce a state.
You have to reduce it. Sorry, I did not get that.
I need to reduce a state in the DP.
Yeah.
So like what I can do is maybe I can store the number of jumps.
Okay. That will be the value of the array, right?
Yeah.
For now, we are thinking of, so it's, let's suppose it is in x and y direction. So we are thinking of the range of x y direction, right?
Uh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, is it something like jump can be maximum root and only? Because if like it's increasing at every time, like previously it was 1, then it was 2, then it was 3. So like the sum of the jumps will be n cross n plus 1 by 2. uh, and it has to be less than equal to like that 1 in 9 as you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like n will be of the order like root of this, like root of 1 in n. This will be the bound on the number of jumps.
Hmm.
Like I cannot have maximum these men, like this will be around I think 3.1 into 10 to the power 4. I cannot.
Let me give you one more hint. So I'm saying, before you ask me that what can be the value of this array, right? So that I told you is 10 to the power 9.
Yes.
But now I am saying the maximum number of blocks in the array can be up to 2000.
2 to the power 30.
2000.
2000.
2000.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the number of valid blocks,
Okay.
maximum number of valid.
Okay. So I think now the DP will work. It will fit into the memory constraints.
Okay.
Uh, Let me think once more. Mm,
But did you understand the two things? Still, 2 to the power 9 is valid, and 2000 is another restriction.
yeah. I got that part. 2 to the power 9 basically helps me for the getting this number of jumps, the maximum number of jumps which I can make. Because if I make jumps greater than this, so I will cross this 2 to 1e9, 1e9 basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the maximum number of jumps which I can make, and 2000 is the number of valid blocks. So like these are the
Yeah.
ones to which I have to jump.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm like thinking in the DP direction only. Initially, what I have is 0 comma uh, 0 comma 0. What is this? This is when I am on the when like I'm just starting. Like is this this starting cell is always 0, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So like this 0, this DP 0 comma 0 is when I have started, and this is, let's suppose this is true.
Okay.
So and like this one first parameter is the block number. Basically this, it will range from 1 to 2000, and this is the jump number, the current number of jumps which I have done.
Okay.
What I will do is from this I have to move. uh, okay. mm, what can I do? I can for transition part I have three options only.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what I can do is like I can like this from the index number I can get this block number, the array value. If like it's
Okay.
if it's 2, then the value will be 3. Then I will make 3 add the number of jumps plus 1 and jumps minus 1. So I will get
Hmm.
the next blocks to which it can move, and
Yeah.
from my map I can get their indexes. Like if it's moving to, let's suppose, 6, so I can move to index of 6. So I can move to 6 and basically make it true.
Can you
And
take a small example? As in, let's consider there are only three values. How will, sorry, I'm writing. Let's say I'm
yeah,
writing
sure.
on 18. Look, so let's just say this is the this is the array. Now you make your map.
Okay, so if I make, yeah, this is my map.
What's is in the x direction and y direction? Maybe I'm writing wrong. You tell me what is in the right direction and what is in the left direction. So I mean x and y axis, right?
What is X and Y here?
So when you have a 2D array, there is something on the what you are measuring on the row side and what you
Okay,
are
okay,
measuring
okay.
on the column side.
So you're like asking me what I will do in the DP one, right? DP array, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so like this was my DP 0 comma 0, which was initialized with true. It basically
Okay.
signifies that I'm starting from the 0th position. Now, what I will
Okay.
do is I will make a transition. For transition,
Hmm.
I have the option to move to what I will check is from this 0th index, from my map I will get the value, that on 0th index what
Okay.
is the value. My map will be having this corresponding to 0 it will be 0, corresponding to 1 it will be 1, and corresponding to 2 it will be 3, which
Okay.
basically says from index to value mapping.
So it
So
is the column, right?
this is in my map.
Okay. 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 Let's go your way. Fine. ठीक है.
Okay, now what I will say is from the 0th index the value was 1, the value was 0. Okay, what I will do is I will add jump plus 1 and
Hmm.
jump minus 1. jump minus 1 is invalid here, so I can only move to 1. Okay.
Yeah.
What now again I will get what was the index of this one. So
Hmm.
I will make another map. Now this time this map uh, will be the reverse map from value to index.
Okay.
Now this will give me that the value 1 is on index 1. Okay, so I will get this. I will basically mark this 1 comma 1 to be true. This basically says me that uh, the value on index 1 with jump number 1 is valid. I reached this with
Okay.
jump number 1. Now now I will again, for the transition part, what I will do is I will take this dp1 comma 1. I will get its value which is 1 from here. Okay. Now I will add
Okay.
jump plus 1 here, which is jump plus 1 is basically 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I
Yeah.
will get the index of 3 from my reverse map. The index of 3 is 2.
Hmm.
So I will do this dp2 comma this the number of jumps, which was basically 2 in my case, as true.
Okay. So
And like,
you,
hmm,
yeah.
yes,
So the first parameter I understood in the DP, which is the index, and the second parameter you are taking the jump value basically.
yes.
So okay.
And like this will like this boolean will tell me whether there is a path or not. And to compute the minimum number of steps, what I can do is like here uh, I can have the number of steps which it took to reach me here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can initialize it with 0. This will be initialized with 1 because 1 will be for the jump part from this to this, and here it will be 2. So in this way, I will calculate the minimum 1 in my y part for the nth cell.
Okay. So one second. In that case, it won't be possible. I'm still a bit worried because you have taken the number of jump as the second parameter, the
Yeah.
value of jump basically. So I'm just thinking, can it not exceed the memory?
The number of jumps basically is 3.1 into 10 to the power 4. We have the upper bound as this, and 2000 is this. It will be 6 into 10 to the power 7.
Yeah.
And for the dynamic memory allocation, we have 10 to the power 8 as the limit for a dynamic array.
Can you reduce it? Okay, let's
Okay.
see. I'm just saying, yeah, it will work. But can you reduce the space complexity?
Okay.
So if this is the case, I have created two also here. In this case, there will be one more entry in your map, right?
I cannot see like where you're saying.
On line number 17, I have added two also, 0, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So in this case, you will have one more entry. This will be 3, this will be 2, and at 2 you have reached by jumping 1.
Yes.
Similarly, for 3, there will be two values. You have reached 3 by jumping 2 also and by jumping 1 also.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm saying, can you reduce the space?
Okay.
Hmm. Although time is a bit less. Okay, then start coding. If you can tell me the space complexity in a better way, just convey to me. But start coding for this one.
Okay. I think the I think I've done the code.
If answers equal to and then return question. Okay. Mm. Now, can you work on reducing the space complexity? Even if you can think of the solution, let me know that. Don't change your code.
Okay.
So on line number 40, you are iterating through the starting from 0 to the maximum jump possible, which is like square root of 29. So is that a valid case? Can we
Uh,
reduce the
okay. Maybe like yeah, I think what I'm doing is I'm iterating on all the possible states. Rather than that, we can have a BFS kind of thing in my like in my BFS. I put only those. I iterate on only those which I have in my queue.
and what's there in your queue?
Can you
What
repeat,
is
please?
yeah, and what are the possible numbers in your queue? What can be the possible numbers in your queue?
Okay. I think in the queue also like it will be size into the max jump only, but only those jumps which are valid for that particular state.
For that particular state or the ones which are there in the array?
Yeah, like the values which are present in the array for that the valid ones.
Okay. So
Like
the interview time is ended. Uh, it's like 1 or 2 minutes more. But I want to give you some tips to save your time. Okay. So what I'm saying is this: that suppose you are on three. Block number three. Let's take the example which I wrote earlier on the left side. So let's suppose you are on three, and let's say you have taken like 4 or 5 jump, any number of jump to reach three. After that, the possible number of jump can be -1, +1, and the jump which you took, right?
yes,
But the possible block on which you can jump will only from the array.
yes,
So basically, you will never end up on a block which does not exist in the array. Then
yes.
why are you saving that?
No, but like I am for this is that my I part, right? On that I am iterating on all the values in my block only.
Yeah, I'm saying it can be of the order of n into n being the size of the array itself.
Yeah,
So instead of taking maximum jump, right now the space complexity will be n into maximum jumps. You can convert it to n into n.
okay.
Did you understand why did I say that?
Yes, like I am getting.
Why are you saving? why are you keeping space for something to which you will never reach?
Yeah, I got it. The jump is increasing one at every time. So maximum only n jumps I can make.
As in maximum valid blocks will be n only,
Yes.
and you are keeping space for all the possibilities,
Yes.
right? Okay. This was with respect to this particular question, but in general I have some pointers for you. So let me tell you the basic procedure or basic strategy which we should follow while attempting a Google interview. So the steps are something like this: the interviewer will introduce themselves. So the time limit is strictly 45 minutes. So it depends on the interviewer how he wants to take. He or she may introduce him or herself, or they may not. Okay, if they do, it's okay. Then they might ask you to introduce you also. For that, keep it as short as possible, because they have seen your resume, right? So they know about you. But
Okay.
so, like I said, we can are you ready? Can we start the interview? But in place of that, the interviewer can ask you to introduce as well. So you have to keep that as short as possible to save your own time.
Okay.
Okay. So for that, you can just say your name is this, and you have this much of experience.
Okay.
Cool. First, then they will start on the question. So I like that you are clearing out all the assumptions you have, like you can move backward or not, forward or not, how many possible valid blocks are there. So things like this. So you have to think of all the possible assumption you can before going for the approach, which you did. Partly you did, partly you missed, which was something like what can be the length of the array that you missed, but you asked what can be the value of the element of the array. So
Like
that
actually,
is
I missed it on purpose because I thought that it tells basically the time complexity of the solution. So I thought I should not ask this.
no, don't think so. If you cannot ask this, the interviewer will tell you by themselves.
Okay. So like I can ask for the constraints.
Yes, you always have to ask for the constraint.
Okay.
Don't assume yourself anything. Clarify it from the interviewer.
Okay.
Okay. After that, you start thinking of the approach. So you really need to improve upon this. Keep this in mind. You have to think out loud. Even if you don't get the right solution, I should get the idea that what is your approach. How are you approaching towards the question? What are you thinking? Are you leading towards the solution? Do I need to give hints? If you won't think out loud, I won't be able to help you on time.
Okay.
Right? Always right solution matters at the end, but what are you thinking also matters, so that I can save your time and give you some hints. I gave you hints, but it took me time because I didn't know what are you thinking, where are you in your solution, right?
Yes.
So think out loud. Whatever you are thinking, just speak it out. It doesn't really
Okay.
matter. Okay. After that, yeah, after that, discuss the approach. As in, you are already discussing the approach, but let's say I'm thinking like even that you can say out loud. So okay, the maximum number of elements can be this much, and the element value can be this much. Even that you can say. Okay, so by that I will get your approach also. I will be able to understand your approach. Once you finalize it, you can ask that do you want to discuss the approach. After the interviewer says yes, then discuss the approach. After discussing the approach, if the interviewer agrees with you that you can start writing down the solution. If not, then he might not be clear on your approach. But even then, suppose you have tried your best but the interviewer is not able to understand, then he might say okay, you can start writing down.
Yes.
Okay, after that you write down the solution. Even that time, think out loud. It will
Okay.
also help the interviewer to understand, and also you can also come across some of the pointers which you missed earlier.
Yes.
Okay, once you have done that, tell the interviewer that you have completed the solution. Now, do you want me to dry run? If they say yes, then start dry run, taking any input.
Okay.
Okay. And also, before writing down the solution, if you are thinking of the approach, take various inputs, so that if you miss something, you can modify before coding.
Okay.
Okay, at least take variety of inputs. I would say three. So three will satisfy. If time it's not there, then you maybe can start writing down the coding solution. Okay, dry
Okay.
run we have done. Yeah, while dry running also you have to check for compiler error as well. Okay, and then let's come to your coding style. So I can see that you have used meaningful names, so that is good. But your code is not indented.
Yes.
Yeah, so that you have to make it a practice. Where are you practicing? Or do you practice on doc, or you practice on your IDE?
Like I practice on the online compiler.
Don't do that. Start coding on Notepad or Google Docs maybe. I used Google Docs. You can do the same.
Okay.
So they will also give you the normal doc only, which will not give you any suggestion, which will not indent nothing.
Okay.
Okay, so start writing down on a normal paper, or normal paper won't work. You have to type, so start writing down in a doc.
Okay.
Okay, and your code is cleaner to read, but then first is indentation, because otherwise it looks clumsy.
Yes.
And okay, so coding practice wise you are fine, but see, on line number 51 you have used SZ, but
Uh
your variable name is size, so it's a
yeah.
compiler error.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so look out for those.
Okay.
And yeah, so whenever you are practicing, follow this approach and keep a strict timeline of 45 minutes. You have to complete everything in 45 minutes. It is possible, people are doing that, you can do it too. So I see your analytic skill or logical skills are good, no doubt about that. To be very frank, you are the best candidate I have met till now, but you have to prepare yourself according to Google interview.
Yes.
Okay, so those are my tips. Otherwise, they are good to go.
Thank
So
you.
you are saying your interview is on ninth?
No, ma'am. On ninth, there is the online assessment.
Okay, online assessment won't require you to uh, follow all of this, because that will be like you have to submit your code, right?
Yeah, that's basically speed only. Like we will be having two questions in 1 hour.
Okay,
So
okay.
in the next week, they will be telling the shortlisted students.
Who will be going for virtual interview, as
Y-
in on-site
Yeah.
interview?
No, like I think it's the virtual interview only because it's the university recruitment.
Okay. So virtual interview will follow the same procedure which I told you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, exactly same which we just had. Whatever tips I gave to you, you have to keep those in mind. So I think you will be able to clear the first round. It looks like your logical skills are good. You will be able to see the number of test cases or you are passing and how many are missing. But for the upcoming round, you have to keep all of these things in mind.
Yeah, like I will practice on the Google Docs from now.
Yeah, Google Docs 45 minutes strict rule you have to follow.
Okay, and also like in the 45 minutes, we are supposed to do the two questions.
Okay, so it depends really on the interviewer. So mostly those two questions are not like they will be completely unrelated. Those will be follow-up question. Like in this question, I asked you if there is a possible solution. Follow-up question can be how many number of jumps do you require?
Yes,
And third follow-up, if time permits, how many ways are there to reach? Right now I asked the shortest way, but I can also ask you to write down all the ways which are possible,
got it,
or how many ways are possible, things like
got it.
this. Okay, So mostly this is the approach, but then again it depends on the interviewer. But what I have seen till now is this only, that they ask follow-up question, and if they have any follow-up, they tell you before time so that you don't invest a lot of time thinking there is only one question, I have done it, I can do it patiently or something like that, slowly.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So what program have you taken in this pre-place community?
Like I took only the one mock interview only for now.
Okay, cool. No worries. If you feel like we can connect again, you can just tell the mediator who is communicating with you. But for ninth, the interview which is on ninth, I think you can practice on your own for now.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
just wanted to have one mock for now, like if like to improve on things, like to have time to improve on things. For the rest of the mocks, like I will be like booking them after the online assessment.
हाँ ठीक है ठीक है. So I saw your profile on LeetCode. You are already doing hard level questions. I think it was few months back, but I saw that you are attempting hard level question and medium level question. So that is good. I think you are able to solve the hard level one. So I think you can go with hard level more than medium level. But if you
Okay,
feel a bit underconfident solving the hard, then maybe switch to medium ones.
okay,
I only concentrated on medium. I wanted to have a good grip on medium level questions, so mostly I was solving medium ones. But I see that you are a good candidate. You can go for hard ones also.
okay.
Okay.
Can we
Cool
connect on
then.
the LinkedIn?
And yeah, yeah, no worries. Sure. You can connect on LinkedIn, and if you have in between any question, you can just drop a message there. I will check it out.
Sure.
Okay, Kunal. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank,
Hey, do
thank you
you
for
have
the
any?
time. What can you repeat, please?
Yeah, I'm saying, do you have any question?
No, thank you for your time.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, all the best.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.